Okay, right. So in last session, what we have learned like different types of sets. Okay, so we are having three types of sets. One is a static set, another one is a dynamic set, and combined set. So already we have seen how to create a static set. Okay, and also we have seen like if we have seen like in the dynamic set, if based on the condition the values are all the values are automatically get added into in and out, depends on the condition. Already we have seen that. Now let's see. So here let me make it live connection. So I have created extract. So yes, fine. So now guys, so here right, this is a set which I have created. Okay, and the product names. Yesterday, this is the set I have created, right? And also we can take sales as well. So this is the sale amount. Fine. So what we have written? So we have written the condition like greater than. What is the condition we have given here in this? Just I am going to edit this set. Edit set here greater than 10 lakhs. Greater than 10 lakhs items. Now, whatever the values we are having greater than 10 lakhs, automatically it is going to be added into in, and remaining should be outside. Okay, actually this sets, right? So in real time we are going to use sets to show top 5, top 10 or bottom 10. Okay, so to show these kind of things automatically, means if you are going to create a if you want to display top 10, okay, for example, let's assume you are going to display top 10 product names based on the sales. Okay, now I am going to keep only here. I am going to select, sorry guys, I am going to select only in set. Okay, now it is giving in only with the condition, whatever the condition we have given, it's satisfied, it is displayed. Now for example guys, so let's assume these are the different products we are having. Okay, let's remove this one as well. Okay, these are the total products whatever we are having. Now let's assume if we want to display top 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, till here these are the top 10 products, right? These are the top 10 products. Now for example, these products are going to be same always. Is this will be always in top 10 position? No, right? In general, see, based on the sales, right? For example, if someone has given new feature, right? So all people will attracted and they will buy more things. Then automatically the sales will get increased. Okay, right? For example, we are having some door handles. Okay, they have released something which is looking very beautiful. Now these door handles, tomorrow we don't know. Tomorrow this may be, this is also a part of the top 10, right? So means whenever, always as per the customer requirement, always I want to display top 10 products here. Then how it is going to change automatically whenever the data will get updated? Means for example, today we are having these 10, these are the 10 products. Tomorrow might be one product in out of the remaining, one more product extra, one more new product came, that sales were increased a lot, and that is also that sales, for example, sales is having almost like 9 lakhs or something. So then automatically that is going to be part of here, right? So in these cases, right, so what, by using sets, whatever the condition we are writing, right, so automatically it is going to always, it will based on the data. Whenever the data will get updated, whatever the new products will change, right, the top 10 products, automatically all those going to display here. We are not going to do manually every time. Okay, once we create a set, automatically the top 10 list will change automatically. Okay, now I will show you how we can create a top 10. Like I am not going to show for top 10, and just I'm creating for top 5. We can change whatever it may be. Okay, it's a simple thing only. Okay. Now, guys, so I'm going to create a one set. See, product names. What I want, my requirement is I want to display top 5 products based on the sales. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to click on it. Just create set. Okay. Now here, whenever you will create a set, now here I am going to give name for this as a top 5 products. So top 5 products, I have given the name. And if you'll see here, we are having 3 different tabs under the name. We are having first one is a general, second one is a condition, and third one is a tab. Yesterday, we have seen this condition tab, like we have given one condition, like just now, right? So product name set, we have given like condition as 12 lakhs or something. Okay. Now, in this, right? So guys, here, yeah, first we will complete that one. Yeah, now I am going to display top 5 products based on the sales. Here you can see, guys, when I will come to top, it is by default, it is going to be none because we haven't selected anything. Now I want to display top 5 products, right? My requirement is I want to display top 5. Now I am going to click on by field. Here you can see, here you are going to get 2 options. One is a top and another one is a bottom. For example, the customer is expecting top 5 products, then we are going to select this option. If the customer is interested to see the bottom 10 products, means which is having lower sales, then we are going to select this one. Okay. Now I am going to select top. Okay. Now here you can see by default 10 is there. So if you want, you can edit this value. I am going to give 5. And after this, based on what metric we need to display this. Now, based on the sales, the customer is expecting based on the sales. This is the metric what we are going to use to get the top 5. Now here sum of sales. Now you can see it will show all the things. Now we are going to select sales, and after that aggregation type is sum, that is 5. Right. So here this is the by default directly you can select the options. Here you are having by formula. Now you can see top 10 by what? By sum of sales. Okay. And normally we are not going to use this formula. We are going to use by field. Okay. Now this is also going to work same as this case. See now top 5, top 10 by sum of sales. Here sales and sum aggregation type. Here we are mentioning aggregation type. Okay. So I am going to use this option. Now I am going to click on OK. Right. So nothing I have done, just I am selecting, I am clicking on OK. Now here you can see it is displaying top 5 products. Now if I will add into filters, it is not displaying anything because here once I will right click on it, just edit the set. Here everything is fine. Okay. Sorry guys, here by field I have selected condition none. Okay, I am going to select. So here we have provided and general also we have everything. Now you can see guys condition sum of sales. This is the one, because of this one we are not getting anything because here it is checking for this wherever the sum of sales equal to 0, it is trying to fetch. So that's where our sheet is empty. We are not getting any data. So now I am going to click on apply. Now guys, you can see here, these are the top 5 products. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, in the database, just I'm going to insert one more row, which is having sales around 1 crore 9 lakhs or something, 1 crore 94 lakhs. So now I'm going to database here, and here just one second guys, it's loading I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to insert like just I'm going to insert one more row, like it is 136, and here this is the what is the Yeah, company code, and here is the sales. So this is the sale amount. So now here, as I said, right? So I'm going to give, what is the value, current value? Okay. So here 10 is there. So I'm going to give 10, 9, 5, 10, 8, 5, 0. I am going to give 10, 8, 5, 0 and some 5, 4, 7, something. Okay. So this is the value I am going to give. Just I am going to insert into table. So one row inserted, and after that I am going to commit this one. Now I have committed the insert option. Now what I'm going to do is just see now complete HP it is displaying. Now whatever the row I inserted, so what is the product name I inserted? The product name I kept as a Krishna. So this is the product name. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to one second guys. So right. Sorry guys. So now here, now when I will refresh as per the customer requirement, all automatically it should show only the top 5 products, right? Now one product, we have one product now which is having the more sales compared to this last product. Now when I will refresh, now let's observe the screen what is going to happen. Now automatically this is going to be replaced with Krishna, means it is going to be outside, and based on our condition it is going to change with Krishna. So this is how the data is automatically it is going to get refreshed. So this is the advantage of sets. Okay. Now once you will create this one, automatically whenever the products, the price of the product, the sales will increase or decrease. Okay, depends on the market situations, market fluctuations, right? That time what is going to happen is whatever in top 5 position, automatically those are going to display here. Okay. So this is how we can create it. Now, the same way, if you want to see the bottom 5 products, so just I'm going to edit the set. So just here top 5, just I'm going to edit the set. So here I am going to display, instead of top, I am going to give bottom. Just clicking on OK. Now you can say it is displaying bottom 5 products. Okay. This is how we can use the sets. Okay. And also we are having different advantages using the sets. Okay. Now let me give you one simple example. Okay, before that I have to explain the concepts. Okay, so I have to explain the set, like whatever the different options which we are having in sets whenever you will try to create, right? So I am going to edit the set. Now guys, here we know there is a general. Okay, when you will select the general, we are having 3 different radio buttons again. First one is a select from list, and the another one is a custom value list, and the third one is use all option. Okay, these are the 3 different radio buttons. When you move to condition tab, now here you are having none, by field and by formula. And top, in top we have seen none, by field, by formula. Guys, here one thing you have to remember, it is a very important. If for example always the set, right? So the now the set which we are creating, that is based on the product name, right? So in the formula field, for example, if you are going to write one condition, like for example, in the formula field, I'm going to write one condition. Okay. So region equal to AP, AC and HM. So if I will give APIC APAC region equal to APAC, it is not going to accept because the fields, the columns, whatever you are going to use in this, always it should refer only the product name, because we are creating this set on top of product name, because we are extracting the data. We are subtracting the data based on some conditions from where? From product name. So that's where always whatever the calculation you are writing, it should always refer to the product name. Suppose, for example, this one you can write when if you are going to create a set on top of region. Okay, the same thing. For example, let me show you the same calculation. Control C I am doing. So just cancel it. Now I'm going to create a set on top of region. So create, let's go to set. Here I'm going to give a condition by formula. Now I am going to paste it. Now it is not throwing any error because it is referring the region, whatever we are using, it is here itself. Like on top of region only we are giving this calculation. So that's where it is accepting. Here again, now here it is not going to show like whether it is correct or not. So now it is a valid, because why I am telling it is valid means whenever the formula, whatever you have written, if that is wrong means automatically you will get a red line below this underline. Okay, it is going to display with red underline date. Okay, so now here instead of region, now for example, if I will try product ID, for example, product ID equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 something. So now again here you can say here cannot compare string and integer values. Okay, product ID is string, so I am going to give the string, means I am going to insert the double quotes. Now still here you can say there is a one red line below this. Now whatever the formula we have written, okay, there is a red line, means the calculation is invalid. So if you move the cursor on top of it, now it is going to show the error message. Now you can see the error message. The formula must be an aggregate calculation or refer only to this field. So the formula must be an aggregation calculation means you can use any field. Okay, any field which we can do aggregation means, for example, here we are having sales and profit. You can use sum of sales, sum of profit, or count of regions or something, you can write it. But here only aggregation formulas, it is aggregated data it is going to allow. And one more thing, refer only to this field means on what field we are creating this set, always you have to use the same field. Whatever the calculation you are writing, it should on top of this region only. You cannot use another field here, dimension here. Okay, that is what this means. So that is where here also when you will create this top 5 products, right? So here also the same issue it is displayed. So by formula, sorry, not this here. So here condition. So if you'll go here by formula, it is not going to allow you. Okay. Now here I can write it by formula. What I am going to write it. So sum of sales less than or equal to sum of sales less than or equal to here less than or equal to I am going to give 10 lakhs. Okay. Less than or equal to 15 lakhs I am going to give. 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah. So this is what I am giving. Okay. So now if it is going to accept because this is a aggregation calculation. So that's where it is accepting. Now if I will click on apply, now what is going to happen? Let's see. Okay, top 5 products already it is there, right? So let me increase, I think 1 0. Can I will do it just, yeah, now you can see guys, the data has been changed. Now this top 5 products, this top 5, there is a one condition already. Sorry, there is a one condition we have kept to show the top 5, sorry, bottom 5, it is displaying top 5. Okay. If I will select top 5, same it is displaying, nothing changed. Okay. And bottom 5 also it is changed, it is showing same. Because why means guys, so first what it is going to validate means, okay, first it is going to try to find this condition. Okay, now let me go to another sheet. Let me go to another sheet. Just I will duplicate this one, duplicate, and here in this I am going to remove this one. Okay, now these are the different things. Now what is the condition I have written? What is the condition? 1,50,000 or something, 1,50,000, right? So 1,50,000 I have written. So let me edit this one, edit set. So here, this is the condition I have written. So 1,50,000. So means first it is going to validate this calculation. So now it is going to find out less than 1,50,000. Now you can see here, it is 2,40,000 means it is greater than this condition. So from here, only three products, 1,20,000, 1,00,000 and 12,000. So these are the three products it is going to display. So after this, it is going to check for bottom 5 or top 5. For example, if I will give top 5, so it is going to select only top 5. Now guys, so for better understanding purpose, now what I am going to do is, here this value I am going to mention windshield. Okay, till from here to here we are having lot of products. So here I am going to give like this value, like so here I am going to mention for 1,000,000. Okay, 40 lakhs. Now if I will click on apply, what is going to happen? Now guys, so it is going to search first. This condition is going to be applied, means it is going to bring all this data. Now on top of it, this top condition is going to be applied, means top 5 sales means like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Like from tire US to, we are going to get this one, windshield. So now I'm going to click on apply. Okay, now let's go to sheet 12. Now you can see whatever we said, the same items it is. Means you can write the condition, and also you on top of, based on the condition, whatever the result you got, on top of it you can find top 5 or bottom 5 or whatever it may be. Okay, this is how you can write a calculation. You can use a calculation by using by formula, by using by formula option, right? So and also here itself you can write it, here itself you can write. And also here guys, so we are using products, right? Even you can mention the product names as well. So products in, okay, products in, and you can write the conditions. Okay, so and so product means, like for example, if you want to find the products which is starting with only this character, okay, that way also you can write. So you can write starts with function, and starts with what we have to mention, we have to mention string. So string is here like product name. So product name you can use, and comma. So starts with, for example, starts with means I am going to give like some G, D I am going to give. So this is the condition. Now it is going to be like, it is a valid because we are referring the product name. So that's where it is not displaying any error. Now how it is going to identify? First, it is going to identify the product names which is starting with the character D, and after that this condition is going to be applied. Now let's see what is going to happen. Now you can see door handle door. So this is how it is displaying. Okay, now here we can see earlier we have given 40 lakhs, now it is 62 lakhs something. Okay, means automatically based, first the condition is going to be applied, you have to remember, then this one. And guys, always the calculation should be Boolean, true or false. Always it should be a true or false. Now let me give one example. Now here I am going to write a one calculation. Now if starts with then I am going to mention like D, just I am not going to write anything. After that, else if again I am going to mention this one. Okay, Control C, again else if, Control V. Here I am going to mention start with some E. Okay, then here I am going to mention E, and after that else others. Else I am going to give product name itself. Okay, so here you can see even it's not showing the field names as well. So Control C, Control V, and after that end. So this is the calculation I have written. Now you can see the error message. The formula must be a Boolean formula. Means whatever the calculation you are going to write it here, always it should give true or false. True or false, that's it. Before, right? So whatever we have given sum of sales less than or equal to 40 lakhs, that is true or false. It is going to check either the condition is satisfied or not. But in this case, what is going to happen is first it has to go to product name, then it has to search for the product names which is starting with character D, and then it has to group it. And again, it has to go for the product name and it has to group. Means based on the given character, whatever the character substring character we have given, based on that, it has to group the data. So then it is not a true or false, right? It is not a true or false. True Boolean means always it should give either true or false. Only those kind of calculations we have to write it here. Okay, you have to remember that. It is not going to allow the calculations whatever we can write in the calculated fields by using the calculation field option, right? So here it is not going to allow. Always the calculation, the formula, whatever you are going to write, it should be Boolean. Okay. Now the case also, guys. So earlier, right? So we want to, like, customer want to see like particular like the sales out of like the sales, right? So he has given some limit like 1 crore or something. So out of in below 1 crore, what are the top 5 products he wants to see? Then in this case, you can use the formula whatever we have written there, or else directly you can use by field sum of sales. Here you can say equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. You can use this one also. Here you are going to enter the value whatever you want. Okay, so this is how you can use the condition field. But you have to remember, always you have to use the Boolean. It should, whatever the formula you are going to write, it should give Boolean values, either true or false. And also always the formula, whatever the fields you are going to use, always it should refer the same field. Okay, and also the fields whatever you are using, either it should be refer to the same field or it should be an aggregated field. Okay, guys, this is the condition window, condition tab, guys. So are you guys clear about this? And here, guys, we are having load minimum and maximum. Means when you will click on the load, what it is going to display is, it is going to display in sum of sales what is the minimum value and what is the maximum value it is going to do. That's it. Okay, now you can specify the range of values. Okay, now here, for example, if you want to specify the values, now you can see, like, for example, here you cannot, you cannot specify the values. It is like it is going to display only the maximum and minimum values. Okay, and you can write the calculation again here. So based on that, you can write the calculation. So here the calculation means sum of, it is not displaying, sum of. So here now product name, so it is not identifying. Guys, whenever it's not identifying, so guys, just drag the field here. Oh, it is not. Okay, let me cancel it and open it again. So if you want to, this is the, if you want to find out, guys, so top 5, for example, in between, the values in between. Okay, we are having this one. So I want to find out like 15 lakhs to 20. Oh, it is a crores. It is in crores, right? Okay, so I want to find out 15 crores to 23 crores between. So now how we can write, guys? Sum of sales greater than or equal to So, and sum of sales less than or equal to sum 23. So this is the calculation I have written. Now, this is a valid calculation. So that's why it is not displaying the error. Now here what is going to happen is, first it is going to check for each product like what is the sale amount, but it is going to display the products, which product sales is in between these values, in between these values. Then after that, after displaying all these values, then it is going to find out this one, means top 5 out of whatever the list it has given on top of it, it is going to display the top. So this is how it is going to work. Now here it is clear, right? So top and condition, guys. So I'm going to remove this one. It's clear, right? The condition and top options, whatever we can say here. Set window. Guys, clear or not? Okay, right. So now coming to the general window. Okay. In the general window, actually we will get, it is displaying a lot of things. So first you can see select from list and custom value list and use all. Now guys, here for example, in the custom list, you can see nothing is selected. And for example, in the custom list, customer want to see only few products. Means he want to include only few products as part of the set. Okay. So now he don't want to see all the products, just he is interested on only few products. Okay. So these are the different products he is interested, but rest all are he is not interested. Means the customer is expecting, the customer wanted to see the top 5 or bottom 5 products on only the selected products. Means whatever the products I selected, within he wanted to see the top 5 products. Now see here, guys, in the summary below this, right? So we can see the summary option. In the summary, now you can see what is the field. Means this set, the set based on what field we are creating the set. What is the field we are using to create this set? Here the field name is product name. Okay, product name, and product name we are creating this set. And selection, selected 21 of 32 values. Means here in the product name we are having 32 data members, means values. Out of 32 values we are selecting means only 21, means whatever we have selected. If I will unselect one, the count is going to be decreased. Okay. And condition, so I didn't mention any condition, and limit also I didn't mention. Limit in the sense like top. So if I will click on it, now you can say it is automatically came into top menu. Now I'm going to select the top 5. Now if we'll go to general, now what is going to display is, now you can see the limit equal to top 5 by sum of sales. Means whatever the products I have selected, from this product only, from this products only, it is going to give me top 5 products. Now if I will click on apply, now you can see the window. So these are the top 5 products, whatever I selected. And here you can see aux relay. If I will remove this aux relay, then what is going to happen is that is going to be removed from this top 5 list, and the another product is going to be added here. Now you can see first one, the first mark. I'm going to click on apply. I have unselected from the list. Now I have selected only 19 values. If I will click on apply, now you can see that is gone and another one is added into this top 5 list. So this is how we can. Means guys, here when we are going to select only the specific products, means if whenever the customer has given the list of products to you, means if he asked you to find the top 5 products out of the given products, then you are going to select the products manually. But here guys, one thing, if you are having like thousands of products, then how you are going to select manually? Here we are having a search option, that is fine. Whatever you will enter wildcard search, automatically it is going to display. But still, like out of 10,000 or 5,000 products, let's assume out of 5,000 products, the customer wanted you to select 1,500 products. Then is it possible, guys, to select manually? right? So it is not that much easy. Okay, that too, you are not going to spend like 2 to 3 days to select these values, right? So if in those cases, what we are going to do is we are going to use custom value list option. Custom value list. That is the one scenario. And another scenario is, for example, guys, so here you can see I have 32 values, right? I have 32 products. Now, okay, let's take the data for now. So from here, let's take the data. So let me take the some products. Okay, total 35 products. Out of that, I am going to copy only 19 products. Let's see how it is going to be copied or not. Okay. So now here, guys, I am going to now 19 list, right? So I'm going here, right? See here automatically it is added to here because it is already selected. If you are not going to select anything, if you go to custom list, it is going to be blank. If whatever you are going to select here, automatically those are going to be part of here. See here, I am going to select none. I am going to select only two. Then if you go to custom list, those two will be added here. Okay. So I am going to select none initially. Now here I am going to paste that one. Whatever I copied, right? Just I am clicking on paste. Now you can see whatever 19 values I have copied, those are I pasted here. Now you can see selection selected 19 values. Now if I'll click on apply, now it is changed because of the values what I selected. Now here, guys, so we don't have this one, right? So whatever we have seen, top 123 lakhs or something. So now I'm going to bring that one. Let's see how it is going to display. Where it is sales, right? We are using sales. Yeah, let me add Krishna as well. Okay, this one. So I am going to add into here. So Krishna is there. So if I want to add one, just I'm going to add it. So after entering here, there is a plus symbol, guys. So once you will click on it, automatically it is added. Now you can see 20 values. Now if you will click on apply, now you can see Krishna automatically added it to here. So this is how it is going to work. And one more thing, guys. So the advantage of custom value list is, for example, let me give one simple example. I have a superstore, guys. I am running one supermarket. Or the customer, for example, we are having some X customer. So let me take the notes. So we are having some X customer. So the X customer is also a manufacturer. So for example, I am manufacturing some products. I am a manufacturer, and also I have an outlet to sell them. Okay, outlet in the sense, in the outlet, for only to sell my products, I didn't keep the outlet. So along with my products, I am selling some other products, okay, which manufactured by some other companies. Okay, now I have a products. So for example, I am having 140 products, which I am manufacturing. I have 140 products. And this is like my own products. I am going to give name as my own products. And here, the other manufacturers. Other manufacturers. So here, other manufacturers, I am selling almost like 500 products. Now, overall total products, I am selling 640 products. Now, here, the customer, now in this case, the customer wanted to say, he wanted one filter. Where he can segregate the product names, like here, what we can say, internal and external. So he wanted one filter where he can segregate these products. Means from filter list, when he will select internal, automatically these 140 products should come because these are the own products. And whenever he will select external product, then it should display the remaining 500 products. Okay, this is a one scenario. And another scenario is here in this list, guys. In this list, whatever I mentioned in the custom value list, now you can say I am going to add Sai, okay, which is not in our product list. Just I have added Sai. Just I am adding it. Still, it has taken that name, Sai. Because now in this list, custom value list, for example, this is a one example. Means what is going to happen is whenever the customer is expecting some products they are going to launch in soon, either 1 month or 2 months or like next week. Okay, already he know what are the products they are going to launch in this year. Then he has given me the list of products, but that is not part of in my database table. Now in my database, do I have Sai in my database table? No, it is not there. So still I have added in the custom value list. See, he has given almost 142. Like in this year, their target is to increase another 20 products. They have given the product names, and he asked me to include in this list. Okay, I have included. Now, for example, I have included Sai. This is going to be coming soon. So I have included. Now I am going to remove this one. For example, none I have given. So none I have given, guys. So here in the list I have mentioned Sai. So now if I'll click on apply, so what is going to happen, guys? Is your report is going to display Sai? No, it is not going to display because from database itself it is not included, right? Database side itself it is not there. If we have added here also, it is not going to display. So again, I am going to include one more name. Now you can say I have two names. Once I will click on apply, it is not going to change because those names are not going to be added here. Okay, future purpose, I have added it here because the customer has given the internal products, whatever they are manufacturing. He has given the list and he asked me to add into Tableau level. Whenever he will select internal, only it should display the internal products. And whenever the new product will be get added, automatically that should be displayed in the report whenever he will select it. So that is what his expectation. So that's where I have added the list here. Now here you can see, guys, in custom value list, I have added the internal products. External products I have not added. So in our example, we are having total how many records, guys? So we are having 36 records total. So out of, let's assume the total, let's assume we are having total 30 products. Out of 30 products, we are having 22 is our internal products and the remaining 8 are the external products. Okay. Now this is, as per our example, this is the count. Oh, sorry, 36, right? So it is going to be 22, 30, 16, right? No, it is going to be, yeah, 16, 14, right? Yeah. So this is going to be count. No, here it is going to be 16 only because here, sorry. It is going to be like total 36 out of 36. Here two values, right? So here I start 22, but these two are not yet added, right? So as of now, we are having 20 only. So the remaining 16 is the external products. Now, see guys, I haven't changed anything. Just whatever the customer has given 20 products, I added. And along with that, customer asked me to add 2 more products. So Sai and Sai Baba. So now I am clicking on OK. I have not done anything. So here I removed top also, just in general and custom value, in the custom value list, just I have added, I am clicking on OK. Okay, right, fine. Now here, this is the set we have created this. Now guys, so what I'm going to do is, now how I want to display, how I need to give filter internal external to the end user. Now, okay, fine. So as of now, here, let me clear the screen. As of now, here it is displaying the products which I have added. So means it is displaying the internal products, right? It is displaying the internal products. Internal products means, guys, here whatever the list I have added, like now you can see here, whatever the product names I have added in the custom value list, what it is going to display. What is the functionality of set? First of all, functionality of the set is it is going to give in and out options, correct? In and out. Whatever the custom value list I have given, those all will fall under in. The remaining products will fall under out. Is it clear? Now here you can say, just I am going to show filter. Sorry, let me Control Z. Here guys, so instead of this one, I am going to select this in and out option. Okay, in and out. So I am going to select in, for example. Okay, now I am going to give show filter. Now here you can say in. Now if I will select the in, these are the 20 products. Now you can see 20 products which is showing. Now if I will select the out products, now it is going to display the remaining 12 or section, whatever it may be. Now you can see this is the out products, 12. It is displaying 12. Okay, so this is how it is displaying the data, means automatically in and out based on that it is displaying. But here you may get doubt how we can display it as a internal and external. So here guys, simple thing what you can do is, here if you right click on it, like normally we have done like edit aliases, right? Here you are not going to get that kind of option for only these data members, right? So you can get the edit alias option, but if you click on this, whatever is displaying, you cannot get this option. Okay, so for that, what I am going to do is I am going to write a one simple calculation. Okay, simple calculation. See, now create a calculated field. Now in the calculation field, now I am going to give calculation name is internal or external. Okay, so now here guys, so what is the calculation you are going to write? Just let me know. Any guesses how we can write the calculation? Now wherever in is there, I want to display as a internal. Wherever out is there, I want to display as a external. Just guys, so just think, so this in and out from where we are getting? From top five product set. Whatever the set we have created here, from this set only we are getting in and out, right? Whatever the filters, whatever the values we are showing in the filter, it is top five products only. So now here you can use if case or if statement or case statement. Okay, now case, for example, as of now we have written if, right? So just I am going to write case statement, case. Now expression. Expression means we have to give the set name. So top five products. Case. See, now when top five, when means in, when means here guys, so in the sense true. I am going to give true when true, then internal. Okay, when false, then external. So end. So this is the calculation I have written. Okay, so the case statement, actually how it is going to work, case, it is going to start with case, then here you are going to mention the expression. Here expression means on what field we are writing this calculation. So here the field is top five products. Here, in another case, you can mention the different expression. Means, for example, case sales greater than or equal to something you can mention. Depends on requirement. Okay. So here, as per our requirement, here we are writing the calculation on top 5 products. So case top 5 products when true. Means when true. Here I am not going to mention in. See, already I said in the yesterday session, in means true, out means false. You should not mention in, out. The Tableau is not going to identify whenever you are using in and out in the calculation. You have to, whenever, if you want to mention in, means instead of in, you have to use true. Okay. So this is how I have written the calculation. Is it clear, guys? So this is the case statement. So if you want to write by using if also, you can mention same thing. You can how we can just for this is the one, right? You are saying. Sorry, guys. Okay. No, just I want to comment. I am trying to comment everything at a time. So okay, fine, no problem. So this is the case statement, but if statement you guys will understand easily. Okay. So if top 5 products equal to true, then internal. Okay. Else if top 5 products equal to false, then external. End. So this is the calculation. Now you can use any of the calculation. Both are going to give same result. Okay. Now I am going to click on both. Yes. Now you can see I have written a calculation. Okay. Now instead of this one, now for example, if I will remove, now you can see guys here marks we are having 20 marks. If I will remove this one, you are going to get total 32 marks. Means 32 values. Now here I am going to use this internal external as a filter. Now you can see it is displaying external internal. I am going to select use all and I am clicking on OK. Use all means it is going to include all the products. Okay. I am going to select use all, just OK. Now if I am going to click on show filter. Now you can see guys internal external. You can see total 32. Here you can see 32 rows by one column. 32 rows we are having. If I will select only internal, now you can see only the 20 rows. And if I'll click on external, it is going to display only 12 rows. So this is how you can now. And I have added one more product, which is Sai. Now I am going to add one more extra row with the product name Sai. Now let's see whether it is going to be included into internal or not. So if guys, whatever the list, for example, in the list, I have added 2 extra fields, right? Irrespective, if any product which is added into your database out of this list, automatically that is going to be added into external. Okay. Whatever the names, product names I have mentioned in the custom value list, only those is going to be part of internal. Okay. Now I am going to include 2 records. So first record, the product name I am going to insert Sai. Okay, and I'm not I'm going to give as a 137 product ID. Okay, this is the one row I am going to insert. I am going to run it. Now you can see one row get inserted. Then I am going to insert one more row, and one more row I am going to give ID as 138, and I am going to give product name as Baba. Now I'm going to insert this one. Now 2 rows I inserted. Now I am going to commit it. I have committed. So now guys, so if I will run this one, now you can see how many records we are having. We are having 38 records, guys. But here actually we are not having 38 records. Why it is displaying 38 records means some products like mobile phone, right? So some products are duplicated. So that's why we are it is displaying 38 records. Means duplicate means the ID is different. So that's where it is displaying like that. So Now, if, for example, if you want to get distinct, right? So I am going to mention, I want to say like select distinct product name, product underscore name from group set table. So now what it is going to give means it is going to give the distinct products, only the products it is going to display. Now you can say how many we are getting. Now you can see, guys, so 34. We are getting only 34 products. Okay, so this is the count you will get in the tableau. Okay, so now you can say here, if I will select both, it is showing 32. Now I have added 2 rows, means whenever after committing, once I will refresh the tableau, it is going to display the 34. Now you can see when I will refresh, it is going to display 34 rows. It will refresh. Now you can see 34 rows it is displaying. Now guys, so I have added 2 fields. One is a SAI. So SAI is already an internal product. So when I will select internal, automatically it should display as part of internal product. The Baba, one more product which I added, that should be external. Now when I select the internal, now you can see here somewhere it will be, so 21 rows, you can see 21 rows. So yeah, here you can see, guys, so sorry. If I will select only the external, now you can see here somewhere Baba. So this is how automatically it is going to be get included. So that is the beauty of sets. Is it clear, guys? So this is one of the scenario, guys. Okay, so you can explain whenever you are going to give an interview also, you can explain this concept. So when you have used sets in your project, means you can explain the customer requirement is he has shared some products, okay, based on your project, right? Customer has shared some list of values and he asked me to show as an internal and rest are as an external. So in that case, just I have used a set, and in the custom value list, I have added the customer given list. Okay. After that, I have created a one calculation on top of the set. In the calculation, I mentioned the set name equal to true, then internal or some name, whatever you want to display. Else if set name equal to false, then the other name end. So that way I have, that is the case I have used it. That is the one scenario you can tell. See, whenever you will go for interview, the most of the people will say like top 5, bottom 5 purpose I use. But it should be different compared to others, right? So you can explain this concept. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Fine. Now, guys, actually we have seen like top 5, bottom 5, right? So how to display top 5, bottom 5 in a same visualization, right? So as of now, here you can see I am going to create like this one. I am going to give name as a rename. So here, so I have given internal external set. Okay. Now here, guys, so again on the product name, I am going to create a one more set, guys. Okay. So create set. Now here I am going to mention top 5 products, top 5, just top 5. Okay. And here I am going, see guys, automatically if you want to get top 5 products, always you have to select use all option. Use all means everything is going to be included, means the top 5 products, whenever you are going to search for top 5 products, okay, automatically it is going to search for the top 5 products in entire product names. Okay. So it's a good practice, select the top, all. Then sum of cells, that is fine. So this is the top 5. Okay. Now I am going to remove this one. It's not required now. So if I will add the top 5, as I said, it is going to display only the top 5 products. Now, bottom 5, I am going to create a one more set. So again, product name, create set here, bottom 5, and here use all again, and top here bottom 5. Okay. Now here I am creating. Now here guys, so if I will drag this bottom 5 as well, now you can see, is it working? So let me see this one. So edit set. So what I have created, top 5. So here top 5 selected. So that's why it's not impacting. So I want to display bottom 5. Now let's click OK. Now here you can see, if I want to display top 5, bottom 5, I have created it 2 sets and I am trying to use it here, but it is not working, right? So if I will remove top 5, bottom 5, it is displaying. If I will add top 5 again, it is not going to work. Bottom 5 will remain, top 5 it is. Both at a time, it is not showing because the values means the filters, both the filters is trying to apply same time. Okay, but top 5 will give different result and bottom 5 will give different result, right? So there is a no matching records between them, means no matching products between them. So that's why it is not displaying anything. It is displaying blank. So now my requirement is I want to display top 5 and bottom 5 products at the same time in a single visualization. Or else if you want to create, right, so you can create a one sheet for top 5 and another sheet for bottom 5. But that is not my requirement. I want to display in a single sheet. So how you are going to combine sets? Okay. Now, how to create a combined set? Guys, name itself, it is saying combined set, means we can combine the 2 sets. We can combine 2 sets, means already here, right? So top 5, bottom 5 we are having, and region, on top of region I am going to create one more set. Guys, let's see here what is going to happen. Just I want to show you one difference. Here also I am going to mention top 3. Let's click on OK. Now guys, now I want to create a combined set by using top 5 and region set. Okay, now to create any combined set, first what you have to do is you have to select. Okay, now I have selected one set, just right click on it and you can see create combined set. Now once you will click on create combined set, it is going to open another pop-up window. In this window, now you are going to mention top 5, top and bottom 5, just I am mentioning. So here what I want now, top 5 and as I said region set I want to use. Now if I'll go to drop down, now you can see here the region set is not available because the set whatever we have created top 5, that is by using product name field, and the region set by using region field I have created. Means here whenever you want to create a combined set, the 2 sets which you are going to use to combine should be created based on the same field. Okay, the 2 sets whatever you are going to use as a combined set, the 2 set should be created based on the same field. That's where here, because the region set and top 5 both sets are created by using separate fields, so that's why it is not displaying in the list. Okay, now here top 5 and bottom 5 I am going to select. Okay, now here all members in both sets, all members in both sets means, what is this mean by guys? All members in both sets, yes, total 10 will come. And when you will select the shared members in both sets, then yeah, as of now we don't have any common fields, right? Top 5, bottom 5 is having different values, right? Then it is not going to display, or it will display. It's not going to display because we have given the condition in top 5 we want to display only top 5 products, in bottom 5 we want to display bottom 5 products. And again top 5 except shared members means yes, correct, exactly. Vice versa to this means top 5 except shared members means in some cases there will be some products which is common in both the sets. Okay, so that time, but if you select this option, what is going to happen is it is going to exclude the common uh, products, and also it will exclude the right side products, means another set. Okay, so it is going to display only the products which is not in common. Okay, it is going to display which is not common, and one more thing, like it is not part of another. It only, we can say left side. Okay, we can say left side set means top 5 sets. For example, in top 5 we are having 20 values. Let's assume we are having 20 values. Out of 20 values, we are having 5 are common, means that 5 values are in top 5 and also in bottom 5. Then the top 5 also it is going to exclude. Then it is going to display only 15. Out of 20, it is going to display only 15. The vice versa to this. Okay, is it clear, guys, how it is going to work? Now here, guys, so all members in both set I am going to select because I want to display top 5 and bottom 5. Let's see how the data is going to be appear. Now I am going to click on OK. Now here you can see top 5 and bottom 5. One more set has been created here. Now I am going to use it here. Now, is this correct, guys? What we are expecting? Here you can see these are the top 5 products and these are the bottom 5 products. Is it clear? Now I want to display top 5, bottom 5 different colors. So how we can do it? I want to show some differentiate like top 5 and bottom 5. So what we can do? Which one? This one? Okay. What it is giving? So what is the calculation we can write? Okay, so if top, right? So if top 5, right? Okay, right. Top and bottom 5. How it is going to work? Okay, then no, we cannot give like color equal to something. We don't have that function, that kind of function. So yeah, we'll try. But here, right? So actually, the problem is if top and bottom 5 equal to, can we give top 5 here? Top 5, then I'm trying this, even I'm trying. Okay, then green. So you can just give the name, okay, like top 5 color. Okay, top 5. Guys, if you'll mention here color means it is not going to give color for your legend. Okay, color for your mention. Okay, else we can say else one is fine. Else red bottom 5. Just I am trying. Just after that end. So now let's see what is going to happen. Okay, I'm clicking on OK. Now here the color set. Now I'm going to add into colors. Is it clear how it is working? So actually, guys, so whenever you are writing the calculation, any if or case statements, so first you have to know what you are expecting. So in this case, yeah, whatever you said till here, this is correct. Okay, we want to get the data, but here whenever you will use if, see now if I will remove this one, so still the calculation is valid. So if I will use this one, what is going to happen if top and bottom 5, then top 5 color, else bottom 5. means it is just okay. Now let me click on apply. What has happened? Means whatever the products, it is part of top and bottom 5. Always it is going to display same, right? And if I will click on OK, now you can say if I will show in and out. If I will select out, then it is going to display the different color for out values, not for the in values. Now here these are the top 5 and bottom 5 will be at the bottom side. See, top 5, bottom 5 is displaying one color and the remaining everything is showing in different color, right? What happened here? You got the difference. What is the difference here? So here, that's where just what I have given one simple condition here. Bottom 5, either you can give or top 5 or bottom 5, your wish. Just why you are giving this one means to make the separation of top 5 and bottom 5. Just I have given this condition. If I will give top 5 here, what is going to happen is it is going to check this. Here we are having 10 values, right? 10 products. And here top 5, we are having 5 products. Means what, by using this, what I am telling to Tableau is, if these products and this products is equal to, then top 5 color means I will say like green, for example, green color. Okay, means this top 5 products like this, here we are having top 10 product, 10 products. Here we are having 5 products. Now these 5 products is part of this 10 products, right? So that's where I have given the equal, means wherever it is matching, then I am telling assign the green color, and if not, red color. So something. Okay. Now means automatically for top 5, all top 5 products, it is going to assign green color, then red color. Yes, if I have given green, red means automatically Tableau is not going to assign green color and red color. Just it's a label, how it is displaying here, right? This is how it is going to display. Now if I click on OK, now you can see here red, green, it is displaying. Now here I am going to select from the filter, just I am going to select only in. Okay, now you can see two different. See, green means it is showing red, means Tableau by default it will assign the color. If you have given name as a green, means it's not like it is not going to assign green color for your visual. Okay, just I'm going to double click on it to change. Just I'm going to select the green, and red means I'm going to select red. So this is how we can do. Okay, simple thing. Have you understand the logic, whatever we have created here, how it is going to work? Guys, this is about, and one more thing, guys. So by writing calculation also, we can get top 5, bottom 5. So that is the assignment for you. Okay, I don't want by using combined sets. Okay, I want by writing calculation, I want to display top 5 and bottom 5 sets. Okay, top 5 products and bottom 5 products. Or you don't have a data set, right? So you can use sample superstore data set and you can find top 5 products and bottom 5 products, guys. Okay, top 5, bottom 5, that too by writing calculation. Okay, that is assignment. And one more thing, by using sets, I am going to give one more assignment. I want to find out top, you have to use sample superstore, guys. Sample superstore. Okay, here just customers, right? We are having a lot of customers. So we are having 793 customers, right? 793 customers. Now here my requirement is I want to find out the top 50 customers, sales percentage contribution out of 100%. Now guys, if we'll take sales, right? So for example, here sales is there, right? So if I will use, now these are the different sales, right? We are having lot of sales. For each customer, there is a sale amount, correct? Now here my requirement is Out of all these 793 customers, out of all 793 customers, I want to find out top 100 customers, top 100 customers percentage contribution out of 100%. Means this, if you do the percentage, it is going to be 100%, right? Means if you are going to, yeah, percentage, I am asking. So it is going to be 100%. Then now it is going to be 100%. Now out of 100%, what is the contribution of top 100 customers? That is what my requirement. What is the contribution of top 100 customers? I want that percentage. So try this one. Are you guys clear, right, about this requirement? Yes. And here, sets, by using sets, another scenario. Okay, that is a two scenarios already we have done. Now the third scenario by using sets. So now here, guys, so we are having, let's assume I'm using customers. Yeah, customer name I am using again. Okay, and I have some order date. Now I am going to drag the order date. Now if you'll observe here, in 2017, I have 2,499 customers. In year 2017, the customer counts 595. Sorry, guys, 595 customers it is displaying. 595 customers. Let's assume simple thing. Now, if I will drag the customer name here, it is displaying only 793. 793 means it is a distinct customers, right? 793 unique customers, correct? So in this unique customers, if I will go here, if I will see in 2017, 595 customers, means 595 customers is available in 2017. In 2017, 595 customers. And if you'll see in 2018, see guys, if you'll scroll down, now you can see till 2017, 595 customers. If I will select 2018, 573 customers. In 2018, we are having 573. 573. Guys, now what is the total customer count here? Nearly 1200, right? So here we can see only the customer count is 793 total unique customers. How come this the customer count is 1200? If we'll go by year, if we'll add up all the customers, means some customers, for example, if I purchased something, okay, in 2000 last year 2021, I went one shopping mall and I purchased something, and next year also I can go, right? I can purchase something. So then what is going to happen? I am the common customer in previous year and current year, right? If I want to compare both years data and I want to find out the customers who visited in both the years. Are you able to understand my point? So now here my requirement is like 595, 573. Now this is the total. Now you can see, guys, first Aaron Funkins. Okay. Now this person is in 2018, and if you go to here, Aaron Ankins, he is there in 2017 as well, right? Now here my requirement is I want to find out the customers who are common in both 2017 and 2018 years. This is my requirement. You have to find out the customers. Is it clear? This is the third requirement. Right? So try these three. And now I'm going to, okay, just I'm going to give the introduction of parameters. Okay. we will start from parameters tomorrow. Parameters, let me, now I am going to clear the session. Yes. Now guys, here, you guys might have some doubt. Okay, here, like for example, okay, fine. We are displaying top 5 or bottom 5, whatever it may be here. Now, for example, that if you may ask, like, you can ask like, okay, fine, we are displaying top 5, but what if the customer want to see top 10? Are we going to create a new report? No. If if the user is asking for top 10, are we going to, like, for example, it is already in live. The report is already in live. Means a lot of customers are using already this report. Now, the customers is not going to have flexibility to edit these fields, guys. Now, in bottom 5, if I will go and edit set, if I will change this from top 5 to top 10, now you can say it is going to change. But the end users, once it is in production, live section, then the customers, how the customers are not going to have access. Like the customers are going to see the data like this. They are not going to able to see the fields whatever we are having. Only the developers will be having access to see that one. Once you will publish to server, even developer also will not be having access to see to edit in online directly. So again, you have to download the workbook and you have to change this one and you have to publish it. But if one customer is asked for to make top 10, and another customer came and he wanted to see like only top 3, and some other customer came and he asking like top 20 customers I want to display, right? So that is very difficult. So we have to automate the process. Means, for example, I am one customer, okay, and Bharat is another customer, okay, and Suresh is another customer. Now what is happened? Now Bharat want like top 5, so he can say, and Sheikh want like top 8, and Suresh want top 10. Okay, so now the different customer wanted to see different top products. Then in this case, we are going to give one filter to the end user, which they can enter whatever they want value. Okay, see how like whatever the filter we are going to give in the filter list, we are giving flexibility to the end user to enter the required value. Okay, now if Suresh will enter 8, automatically he can see 8 records. If Bharat will enter 10 records, he can see 10 records. Okay, if Sheikh will enter 15, he can see the 15 records. Okay, 15 means top 15 and bottom 15. So this is how we are going to give the flexibility to the end user to enter a value. And for example, if after enter a value, how we are going to pass to the report. For example, I have given one filter to the end user. For example, just this one, guys, this kind of like dynamically, like whenever whatever we are going to give the flexibility to enter a value, once user will enter a value. For example, here I am going to display one text box kind of thing, guys. So here the user want to enter 10. So now he is going to enter like 10. Now once he will enter 10, now this value, okay, fine. User entered 10 here. Now how you are going to pass this value to your visualization? That is the question. First of all, how you are going to give the flexibility to the end user to enter 10 required value. So guys, in these situations, whenever we want to pass the values dynamically means runtime, whenever we want to pass the values, user entered values into visualization, we are going to use the parameter concept. And okay, here by using the parameters, we are going to give the flexibility to the end user. We are going to give the flexibility to enter the value. But whatever the user is entered value, how we are going to make it, like how we are going to pass into visualization. So guys, here once you will create a parameter, and there should be some mediator which it can pass the value into visualization. So here the mediator, what is going to work as a mediator is calculation field. Calculated fields is going to work as a mediator. Means whatever the value we are entering here, through the calculation we are going to send it to visualization. Now directly we are not using this parameter in the visualization. Indirectly the calculation, whatever the calculated field we are creating on top of this parameter on the visualization, this value we are going to pass. Now let me give simple example in this case itself. Now I am going to, now guys, so what I'm going to do is I am going to just bottom 5, right? So I am going to make it okay, fine. So guys, so first I am going to create a one parameter. Okay, I'm going to create a parameter. But in these situations, directly you can use it. So now here you can see, just go here and edit set. Here you can see, guys, bottom 10 is there, right? If you click on this drop down, you can see create a new parameter. Okay, either you can, if you click on it, now it is going to open one window. Now you can see here, current value is 10. Okay, and allowable values range minimum 1 and maximum 100. So means minimum 1 value, and means end user can enter 1 to 100. In between any number he can enter. Okay, now this is the one way how you can create it, or you can create like by right clicking on this area. If you right click on the white space, either hits here or here. Here you can see create parameter. Once you click on it, now you can see the parameter window is opened. And another option is you can click here and create a parameter. So this is the way you can create a parameter. Now I want to give end user, I want to give the flexibility to end user to enter the value, right? So now what I am going to give is here top and bottom. Okay, just I have given this one, top and bottom number. Now here guys, so here data type, guys, while creating parameters also you have to choose the proper data type. Guys, now what kind of data user is going to enter? User is going to enter integer values, right? Numbers. So that means the data type is integer. So I have given integer. Now here a display format is, that is fine, no need to work. And allowable values means all. If you mention all, means it is user can enter 10 lakhs, 1 crore, whatever the value he want, he can enter. All means. And list means if you want to give, for example, I am going to keep all, guys, all I mentioned, just I am clicking on OK. Now guys, as I said, okay, just I have created a parameter. Now I want to give this parameter control to the end user, means to enter a value. Just what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this arrow mark. Okay, I'm going to click on this arrow mark and show parameter. I'm clicking. Once you will click on show parameter, now you can see it is giving one text box. Now you can see I am going to enter as many as numbers. Now you can see. But whatever the value I am entering here, how you are going to pass it there. Okay. Now, as we have seen just now, right? So I am going to edit this one. And if you click on this drop down, now you can see top and bottom n is available here. Whatever the parameters we have created, it is going to be available. Because, and here you guys might get doubt here. Already there is a one more parameter, blank extract. Why it is not displaying here? Guys, blank extract, whatever it is there, it is a boolean, means true or false. It is not, the integer is not, the data type is not integer. Here, whatever top and bottom, whatever we have created, it is an integer data type. Here we are like top n means top 10, top 5, only integer values we are getting. So that's why here you are getting top and bottom n. Okay, I'm going to select this one. Now guys, let's see. Now when I will click OK, Already bottom 5 is 10. Bottom is 10. Already 10 records it is displaying earlier itself. So that's where you cannot observe any change. Now let's go to top 5. Edit set. Here I am going to enter. I am going to select top and bottom. Now I'm going to click on apply. Once you will click on apply, now you can see guys, automatically it is changed. Now I want to display top 3. For example, now you can say I'm going to enter top 3, bottom 3, top 3. If I will enter top 6, now you can see top 6 records. So top 1, you can see bottom 1, top 1. So this is how it is going to give you the result. Okay, means in the real time also we are going to give the flexibility to enter his required value. Okay, so this is how you can. And here guys, so we have given end user to enter any value, right? So he can enter whatever the value he wants. Okay, but whatever the value he entered, but we are not having that many records, right? So that's where it is displaying only this. Okay, now here I want to give like I want to restrict the user to enter only few values. So now for that, what I am going to do is I am going to edit again, and here you can see all we have selected. Now I am going to select the list. In the list, now I am going to give the flexibility to the end user to select 3, 5. I'm going to give manually values case here 8, 10, 12. So till maximum 12 values I have given the flexibility to enter the value. Now I am going to click on OK. Now you can see guys, 3 here, only 3. Now if I will enter 2, it is going to be automatically, it is going to be converted into 3, nearest value. Now if I will enter 6, now you can see it is giving 3 only. 5, something. Let me give like here single value list I am giving. Okay guys, now 3 is there, 5, 8, 10, 12. See, whatever the values I have given, only those list is available to the end user. If all values means it is going to display, it is not going to give like this. So it is going to be always he can enter whatever the value he required. Okay. Now whatever the list I mentioned, only the list of values it is available for the end user. Only this. Now you can see. Now here in this case also he can enter like type in, right? So here if you can mention 5, yeah, now you can see 8. Now if you enter 9, it is going to be, it is not displaying, it is showing 8 only. Okay, so this is how you can display this. Now that is a just filter option guys, how you want to give the control of okay different options. So I will explain that one later, no problem. Now we are having a range of values. Means now you can say range means the minimum value, maximum value. Now if I will give minimum value as 1 and maximum value as 15, means user can enter any value from 1 to 15. In between range he can enter any value. And here we are having step size. Step size by default it is going to be 1. If I will give step size as 2, then what is going to happen is 1 means he cannot enter 2, it is 3 again 5, 7 like that. Okay, now if I will show like without step size, I'm going to select this one. Now you can see here just I'm going to enter 25. Now you can see guys, I have entered 25. If I'll hit enter, now it is going to display only 15 only, because it is the maximum we have provided. Okay, so if I will give -1, so what is going to happen? Just I am clicking enter. Now you can see it is going to be 1. So means user can enter any value in between 1 to 15. It is going to allow. Okay. Now step size means, now for example here I have entered 1. Now user can enter 2, again 3. Means step size, we haven't mentioned step size means he can enter any value. But if I will mention the step size, as 2, for example, 2 steps, when you are climbing the steps, right? If you want to climb 2 steps at a time, right? If you want to skip 1 step, means you are going to jump, right? So the same way here you can see I am going to enter 1. Okay. Now I am trying to enter 2 now. What is going to happen? 3. It came 3. It is not allowing me to enter 4. Okay. Sorry, 2. I am going to enter 4 again. See, 5. So if I will enter 6, automatically it is taking 7. So 9 means it is going to take it. Okay. So this is how it is going to means step size 2 means it is going to skip one value. Means only first value means second value it is going to ignore third value. Third means fourth, like that. This step value you can mention anything. Like for example, edit. If step size I will keep 5, then user can enter 5 like that only. So now you can say 5 means 6 it is taking, means step size 5 means 1 plus 5 it is going to be 6, right? Starting value as a 1 we have given. Now if you want to give exact 5, then starting value you can give it as a 0. Okay, now you can see it is taking 5. Now if you enter 6, it is going to be 5 only. Now if you enter 7, it is going to be again 5. If you enter 8, it is going to be 10. So this is how it is going to be. Okay. So guys, so this is how you can use the step size. Okay. Is it clear, guys? But this is a just practice, guys. Just like I am explaining the what is the mean by parameter, how it is going to work. Okay. Now here, just I said like we have to write a calculation, but in this case we haven't written any calculation because there is an option in the sets to select the parameter, to pass the parameter value directly as a bottom or top. So that's where we are using this functionality. Okay. From tomorrow, right? So we will see what kind of things we can create by using a parameter and how we can pass the parameter values to your visualization to change the visualization dynamically. Okay. Is it clear, guys? And guys, actually we are having some disadvantages with the parameter. Means, have you guys observed here? Like for example, parameters, right? So just let me edit. So let me select the list. I am clicking on OK. Now guys, so if I will go here you can say we are having only single value list, guys. Means we cannot able to select multiple values at a time. We can able to, it is going to allow users to select only one value at a time. Okay, one value at a time. And in filters, right, we can select as many as values. Okay, with the parameters we can select only one value at a time. So that is the difference between filters and parameters. Filters we can select as many as values, but in parameters we can select only one value at a time. Means we can pass one value at a time to the visualization. Okay. Right, guys. Any doubt, guys? Guys, so please practice.